Yesterday, it was announced that there is a vaccine for COVID-19. Now that the election's over and it couldn't help Trump, they decided to announce it. And today, Andrew McCabe, the disgraced former acting director of the FBI, whose wife received almost $1 million in money for her unsuccessful run for the Virginia State Senate from a Clinton bundler, the then governor, Terry McAuliffe, while her husband, Andrew McCabe, was running the Clinton espionage investigation at the FBI. McCabe, as you know, was fired. He lied under oath three times the day he was appointed as acting director after Comey was fired. That's in the Inspector General's report. Today, now that the election's over, he finally goes before the Senate Judiciary Committee to testify about how disgraceful it was to get a FISA court warrant to surveil Carter Page, President Trump's aide and a U.S. Naval Academy graduate. So he basically admits everything, not criminal, but just incompetence and just a bad performance in running all these lies from the Clinton campaign into a federal court, swearing to their veracity under oath, et cetera, et cetera. But it's too late. It's too late now, but let's listen to it. He was questioned by Ted Cruz, Senator Ted Cruz from Texas, about the Clinton Foundation. Cut 24.
Did James Comey authorize you to disclose information about the Clinton Foundation investigation to the press?
I didn't need James Comey's authorization.
I didn't ask if you needed it. I asked, did he authorize you to disclose it? That's a yes or no question.
I authorized the disclosure.
Okay, you're still not answering my question. Did James Comey know about it, and did he authorize it? Yes or no? Did he know about it?
To my recollection, sir, yes, he knew about it.
What a weasel that guy is, Andrew McCabe. Does he sound like a tough guy? Does he sound like a tough cop? Do you think he's made a lot of callers at 3 in the morning? I don't think so. And so then Cruz also asked him about what Ben Rhodes said yesterday, the former Obama aide. And he said that Biden is taking calls from foreign countries, which would be a violation of the Logan Act, which Biden said they should use against Michael Flynn at that famous meeting at in the Oval Office in January of 2017. They were going to use the Logan Act, which has never been successfully used to put anybody behind bars or even get a conviction on. Cut 25.
Said that foreign leaders are already having conversations with Joe Biden, quote, talking about the agenda they're going to pursue January 20th. Mr. McCabe, based on that testimony, do you believe Joe Biden is violating the Logan Act?
I'm not going to opine on a hypothetical question about what the Biden campaign...
He is talking with foreign leaders, and it doesn't violate the Logan Act because the Logan Act is unconstitutional, which is why it's never been used to prosecute anyone. You authorized using it to go after General Flynn as part of a political persecution. I can give you the answer. Hell no, Joe Biden is not violating the Logan Act. The reason you won't say it is because that was your flimsy political basis to go after a decorated war hero because you disagreed politically with President Trump.
It sounds good, but again, it's a little late in the game, isn't it? Unfortunately. Keith, you're next with Howie Carr. Go ahead, Keith.
Mr. Carr, good afternoon. My name is Keith. I am a 50-year-old lifelong Republican, and I wanted to let you know, first of all, thank you. About 11:30 on election night, a friend texted me and said, hey, switch over to Newsmax. I've been watching Fox News for the past 20-some-odd years. Your show is refreshing. Your channel is fantastic. And I'd like to answer your question about whether or not President Trump should concede. The answer is hell no. It will require a platoon of U.S. Marines to pull him out of the Oval Office with what has taken place here. You described Andrew McCabe as a weasel. You're absolutely right. That man is. What they did to President Trump since 2016 has been a disgrace, an embarrassment, and President Trump, knowing him, he is a savage. He will fight this to the end. God bless, and thank you.
Thank you, Keith, and I'm glad you're enjoying Newsmax, and please keep watching us. We appreciate it. Dave, you're next with Howie Carr. Go ahead, Dave.
Dave. Howie, how are you doing tonight?
Good.
Good. I'm just going to, you've been around the block for a while, right? You're a smart guy. How many people in your lifetime have been able to keep a secret?
I don't know. I think I know where you're going, Dave. But have we ever really found out who killed JFK?
You know what? That's a perfect example. That's the only one that's out there. So, in other words, you don't know many people. And that's my point exactly. Your other guest said there's 4 states involved in this. How many people, just a rough number, would be able to take care of all those ballots? 36 people? 120?
But here's the other thing, though, Dave, is if you're doing something and there's not going to be any punishment, there's going to be a lot more of this bad behavior going on if nobody ever gets punished, right? So, I mean, this whole thing with the Russian collusion hoax is an example of nobody being punished. So I would say these people that were doing this in all these different states across the country, they knew they could operate with pretty much impunity, didn't they?
Well, you say that, but again, going back to the people that can keep a secret, then they would be proud of the fact that they just did what they did, and they'd be telling everybody.
Well, I mean, look at it in Michigan, 131 affidavits have been completed with over 2,800 incident reports. So, but, the mainstream media is not reporting it. So if the tree falls in the forest and no one's there, I'm Howie Carr.
Take advantage of